Kevin, thanks for joining us. Your first time with us, of course, having just spun off from Merck June 3rd. Tell us about the combination of assets that you took from Merck. You've got women's health. You've also got biosimilars and something you're calling established brands, sort of older medicines that didn't make sense for Merck. Tell us why they make sense together for Organon.
Well, it's great to be with you today, Meg. And on behalf of the 9,000 founders of Organon, we're just actually celebrating 2 weeks since our bell ringing ceremony at the New York Stock Exchange. We are going to hit the ground running. This is a women's health focused company in the sense that there are significant unmet needs out there today. And we've got a very vibrant reproductive health business and contraception and fertility. But we also have an opportunity to be an aggregator of women's health assets. To that point, we just announced yesterday and closed on our first deal, which is the Lydia Health acquisition, to really solve the issues around postpartum hemorrhage. It's one of the leading causes of morbidity and mortality of women in terms of childbirth. And so we're very excited about this. But we do have two other businesses, our biosimilars business, which is a growth component for us, and our established brands business, which is a very stable group of products that will continue to provide oxygen to the system so that we can ultimately do some business development and really start to mature the product line.
Well, tell us about the reception from Wall Street. It's only been 2 weeks, but the stock is down. It's really diverged from where you've seen Merck trading since the spinoff. Is this a story, women's health, as an important area and as a growth area? Is that a story that's hard to sell to Wall Street?
Well, on the contrary, in all of our discussions with all potential investors out there, as well as analysts, I think everybody believes in the fact that there is a clear need, a time for a women's health company to be born in the world today to address some of these unmet needs. Let's just talk about a few of them, whether it's uterine fibroids, of which 26 million women in the United States today have uterine fibroids, and only 20% of them are actually diagnosed and treated effectively. Menopausal symptoms, of which there is no effective non-hormonal treatments today. Endometriosis, and the list goes on. Postpartum hemorrhage, of which we just made the acquisition of Lydia to help resolve some of those issues. We can be an aggregator of some of those assets. And I truly believe as we start to deliver on our guidance quarter after quarter, and we start to action on some of the business development opportunities we have, people will start to see, investors will start to understand the value in this business going forward. And we believe that the time is right for a company like Organon to be given birth to.
Well, a lot of folks on Wall Street focused on your largest product in women's health, which I believe is Nexplanon, the contraceptive device. Sales dropped during the pandemic. What are you expecting in terms of that rebound?
Well, when you look at unintended pregnancy rate in the United States, it's hovering around just north of 40%. It's screaming for innovation in the space of long-term, long-acting reversible contraceptives. Nexplanon is a unique product that was actually growing double digits prior to the pandemic. We see more and more women coming back into the clinic today, wanting to have access to long-acting reversible contraceptives. Nexplanon has patent protection into 2027 with an opportunity to extend it to 2030 in the United States. It's going to be $1 billion business for us. It's growing. We feel that there's really a lot of momentum behind this innovative, unique opportunity to essentially get, your unintended pregnancy rate down with innovation.
Another thing we hear from investors is they want to see or expect to see some major M&A from you guys to kind of kickstart growth. What can you tell us about your plans on that front?
Well, we've done, Meg, to that point, we've done a lot of kind of benchmarking to understand exactly what's out there. We see about 140 assets in various stages of development across the world right now. This is fertile ground for a company like Organon, again, to be an aggregator of some of those assets. One of them being Lydia, that was on our list that we acted on. And we're very, very bullish on Lydia with the JADA system. We believe that is really underrepresented in terms of what we can do throughout the world, and pulling it into our organization in the U.S. and then pulling it throughout the world, and ultimately making a product like JADA available to the rest of the world, to women who need this. But also, when you start to think about all the other assets out there, listen, peak sales of $400 million of a given asset may not move the needle for big pharma, but it clearly moves the needle for a company like Organon. There's plenty of those assets out there, but ultimately we are a purpose-driven company. We're going to put women at the center of everything we do. We're going to listen to the issues that are on, and we're agnostic of whether it's a therapeutic intervention or device intervention. We're going to go out there and solve some of these significant unmet needs that have long gone unmet.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.